Welcome to ET English, the unique English language learning feature of Education Times. This recording is brought to you by Panthea Gunathilaka, the founder of Cleon, Academy for Speech, Drama and Leadership. The Education Times comes to you every week with the Sunday Times, a leading publication of Vijaya Newspapers Limited. ET English introduces a unique way of learning English through stories. It has a short novel and also a picture story, both of which are being published in episodes every week. All the lessons and activities that are given in the feature are from these two stories. Many English scholars accept that when you learn a language through stories, you remember them better. Further, the picture story will complement this by adding the visual component as well, where it will help the readers create vivid images in their minds, helping them remember those dialogues and the words through these incidents. Now we're going to bring the audio version of this feature, where you can listen to the stories and the lessons. First the picture story, secondly the novel, and finally the lessons. The short stories are taken from the book The Mirror of Paradise by Asghar Hussain, and beginning with the new picture story I, Jenners, writer Ranjit Gunaratna. To get the best out of this feature, we suggest that you get a copy of the Education Times and also a dictionary. Also, it will help if you read the feature once or twice on your own. At the same time, try to get the correct pronunciation by listening to audio attentively and repeatedly and trying to read it after every dialogue, emulating the voices that you hear. We shall start now. We bring you I, Jenners, episode 22. Writer Ranjit Gunaratna. Illustrations by Anton B. Pereira. Look at this SMS. It says I have won a lottery.
A lottery? How much?
3 million. What a lucky break.
Wow! I can buy a bike at last. So, when are we getting the money?
I called the number in the message. They told me to open a special bank account for the money transfer.
So why are you waiting? Let's open an account.
Nimali and Reshan at Param's computer shop.
So they told you to open an account and deposit a processing fee?
Yes, just 5,000 rupees for documentation and processing charges.
How can you be so naive, Nimali? Can't you see? This is a scam.
Scam? How come? The lady who answered was very kind. Param explains to her about confidence tricksters.
And just think, how can you win a lottery you have never bought?
Well, now I understand. Thanks, Param. Dilki is still facing a very hard time at her school.
Dilki. You have ruined the name of our school. The woman next door said very bad things and my mum cried last night. Yes, wherever we go, everybody's talking about this. Oh, stop now. I know what to do.
Episode 32. A Good Medical Boy. Taken from The Mirror of Paradise. Rajpal gulped and wore a guilty look. He seemed to shrink in the settee beside me. I too felt very apprehensive. To admit that we were art students would have had unforeseeable consequences. We had seen the strange gleam in Mr. Dissanayaka's eyes as he brandished his sword. It was not beyond possibility that, if sufficiently provoked, he would have made use of it. After fixing his cold, hard eyes on Rajpal for some time, Mr. Dissanayaka said, "Young man, what I feel like performing on you right now is called a lobotomy. Do you know what that is?" Rajpal gulped and replied, "No, uncle." "Well, I tell you," the man said, "it means removing the front part of the brain as a treatment for severe mental illness." Let's start the activity time. Activity 1. Read the picture story and match the information in the table appropriately. We have 5 questions and the responses. The first question, what does the SMS say? Answer is D. It says, "I have won a lottery." The second one, when are you getting the money? Answer is E. I was told to open a bank account and deposit a processing fee. The third one, how much were you asked to deposit for the processing fee? The answer is A. Just 5,000 rupees for documentation and processing charges. The fourth one, how can you win a lottery you have never bought? Answer is B. Well, now I understand. The fifth question, what did the woman next door say? Answer is C. Very bad things, and my mum cried last night. Activity 2. Here you have to guess the contextual meaning of the selected word in the sentences from the words given and underline it. The first one, Rajpal gulped and wore a guilty look. Guilty means unashamed. The second one, I too felt very apprehensive. Apprehensive means nervous. The third one, it would have had unforeseeable consequences. Unforeseeable means unexpected. The fourth one, he brandished the sword. Brandish means hurled. The fifth one, do you know what a lobotomy is? Answer is, it's an operation for mental illness. Moving on to activity 3, where you have column A and B to match the questions with their respective responses. The first one, where did Rajpal seem to shrink? Answer is B. He seemed to shrink in the settee beside me. The second one, if Rajpal and his friend admitted that they were art students, what would have happened? Answer is C. It would have had unforeseeable consequences. The third question, what did Mr. Dissanayaka do with the sword? E is the answer. He brandished the sword. Fourth one, after fixing his cold, hard eyes on Rajpal for some time, what did Mr. Dissanayaka say? Answer is A. He said that he felt
like performing a lobotomy on Rajpal. The fifth one, what does lobotomy mean? The answer is D. It means removing the front part of the brain as a treatment for severe mental illness. In Activity 4, your task is to find similar words. The words seemed, gulped, guilty, admit, consequences, gleam, provoked, and treatment. They are taken from the text. So what you have to do is read the pairs of words given below and match them and fill in the blanks with the above words appropriately. There are 8 sets of words. The first one, concerns, results. Second one, shamefaced, embarrassed. Third one, confess, divulge. The fourth one, guzzled, sluggard. The fifth one, triggered, activated. The sixth one, blaze, glare. The seventh one, cure, remedy. And the eighth word, appeared, looked. Moving on to the word bank. And once again remember the meanings are given according to the relevant context of the stories. There are 11 words in our word bank today. The first one, process. And process means dealing officially with a document or a request. The second one, scam. A clever and dishonest plan for making money. Ruined is the third word, which means to damage something so badly that it loses all its value or pleasure. The fourth word is guilty, which means feeling ashamed because you have done something that you know is wrong or have not done something that you should have done. The fifth one, shrink, to move back away from something because you are frightened or shocked. Apprehensive is the sixth word, which means worried or frightened that something unpleasant may happen. The seventh word is unforeseeable, and this means something you cannot predict or foresee. The eighth word, brandish, which means to hold or wave something, especially a weapon, in an aggressive or excited way. Provoke is the ninth word, which means to cause a particular reaction or have a particular effect. Gulp is the 10th word, which means to breathe quickly and deeply. The 11th and the last word, severe, which means extremely bad or serious. With that, we come to the end of the activity session for episode 32.
Dear listeners, thank you very much for taking the time to listen to our recordings. You're welcome to give us your feedback and suggestions on the phone numbers and the email address given in the ET English feature in the Education Time section. We meet again next week. The recording was brought to you by Panthia Gunathilaka, the founder of Cleon Academy for Speech, Drama and Leadership. Until then, goodbye and happy learning.